Diocese of Olympia. General Convention 2015 is upon us and will begin very soon. To be exact, folks will start gathering in Salt Lake City, the site of this year's convention, beginning the third week in June. I thought I might take some time today and tell you a little bit about General Convention and then perhaps a bit about some of the larger issues that are expected to be debated. The General Convention of the Episcopal Church is the governing body of the church. It is a bicameral legislature that includes the House of Deputies with more than 800 members, up to 4 clergy and 4 laypersons from each diocese, and the House of Bishops with over 300 active and resigned bishops. Some interesting facts: the General Convention of the Episcopal Church is the largest legislative body in the world, second only to the country of India. I'm not sure that's something necessarily to be proud of, but there it is. Also, almost every bishop living, whether active or not, has a seat and voice and a vote in the House of Bishops. This too is often debated, but so far it has not been changed. General Convention gathers every 3 years. As I told you, this year it will convene in Salt Lake City, Utah, for a 9-day legislative session from June 25th to July 3rd, and it will be the 78th General Convention of the Church. The work of General Convention includes adopting legislation of concern to the Church, amending the Book of Common Prayer, the Constitution, and the canons of the Church, adopting a triennial budget for the Episcopal Church, and electing candidates to offices, boards, and other committees. The work is undertaken in support of the mission and ministry of the Church, and with prayerful gratitude and spiritual discernment. The legislative process of General Convention is an expression of the Episcopal Church's belief that under God the Church is ordered and governed by its people, laity, deacons, priests, and bishops. The General Convention is the Church's highest temporal authority. As such, it has the power to amend the Constitution and canons of the Episcopal Church, to amend the Book of Common Prayer, and to authorize other liturgical texts, to adopt the budget of the Church, to create covenants and official relationships with other branches of the Church, to determine requirements for its clergy and other leaders, to elect its officers, members of the Executive Council, and certain other groups, to delegate responsibilities to the committees, commissions, agencies, and boards, which you will often hear referred to as the CCABs of the Episcopal Church, and to carry out various other responsibilities and authority. There are 2 legislative houses of General Convention, the House of Deputies and the House of Bishops. The House of Deputies is composed of deputations elected from each diocese of the Episcopal Church, from Navajo land, from the Convocation of the Episcopal Churches in Europe, and from Liberia, which has seat and voice. Deputations may include up to 4 clergy and 4 lay members. The House of Bishops is composed of every bishop of the Episcopal Church with jurisdiction, every bishop coadjutor, every bishop suffragan, every assistant bishop, and every bishop, quote, who by reason of advanced age or bodily infirmity, or who, under an election to an office created by the General Convention, or for reasons of mission strategy determined by the actions of the General Convention or the House of Bishops, has resigned to jurisdiction. Basically, everyone. General Convention acts through the adoption of resolutions. A resolution only becomes an act of convention after both houses adopt it in the same form and at the same General Convention. Each of the 2 houses has a presiding officer, the presiding bishop for the House of Bishops, and the president of the House of Deputies. When there is a joint meeting of the 2 houses, the presiding bishop has the right to preside. The Secretary of General Convention has responsibilities to support the work of both houses. She or he must first be elected as Secretary of the House of Deputies and then confirmed by the House of Bishops. The Treasurer of General Convention is elected by concurrent action of both houses and is responsible to oversee the budget of this convention. I want to first tell you that your deputation, and I want to make that clear, it's a deputation, not a delegation, and those semantics are important. A delegation is sent to do only what those sending them have agreed to. A deputation has been, quote, deputized by the vote of this diocese to go, hear the debate, and make the decision that their heart, soul, and mind leads them to make. That is often not clear, and it often leads to misunderstandings. It's a deputation, not a delegation. Your deputation from Olympia is a dedicated group who's been meeting for quite a long time already, preparing and carefully working to do just that for you, the people that elected them. I've met with them on several occasions and have been in constant touch with the head of the deputation, who is essentially the first person elected at our diocesan convention. This year, that is Judy Andrews of St. Mark's Cathedral, Seattle. Please keep them and me and all those attending in your prayers. You can find so much more information and much more detail on the General Convention website. Blessings to all of you.